Hey, I'm Chaos Black, and I'm here with Robert Dume.
Hey.
And we're at the Bruckner Bar, and what is this space?
This is the Bruckner Gallery in the back of the Bruckner Bar and Grill. It's where we did our first Factory B showcase, and I'm just showing you around to get a look at what we did here back on June 17th. We have another event August 7th, but for right now we're just showing the old show before it goes down. I wanted to make sure to get it documented for you lovely people. So these first couple pieces, we decided to try and showcase things a little bit differently. It actually turned into a situation of convenience because we had too many pieces that weren't going to fit onto the wall. So one of our partners, David, had thought up the idea of let's hang up some of the artwork. And it actually ended up adding a really interesting aesthetic because now you walk in and you get to see this artwork above you, and it's different from just having regular artwork up on the wall. It gives people a different sense of being encompassed in what's going on and just kind of embracing. It's a very much a little bit of a punch in the face the moment you walk in, because a lot of people don't have an instinct to look up at an art gallery, but now they do. So this piece is actually from a friend named Cortez, who I believe is also a tattoo artist. He did this specifically for the show. He hadn't painted in a while and was really interested in wanting to make sure to put a piece together for the show. So this is what he ended up giving us. This other larger piece over here is Kana Tagashi, who studied at Pratt. She has a couple other pieces in the gallery. All of them huge, much taller than she is. This right here, these three are three out of a series of 4 from a Dominican artist living in Fort Lauderdale named Ruben Ubiera. He's currently in the 4th issue of Blue Canvas magazine, and these 3 are called El Compadre. I believe 1, 2, and 4, if I'm not mistaken. The 3 smaller pieces next to him are all done from another Brooklyn artist named Mike Denicola. He just kind of has a really cool sense of humor about his work and just likes to draw and sketch and do things, but he's super talented and he just has some very cool and interesting ideas. This centerpiece as well, that's mixed media. This is another one of Kana's pieces. Another one of the 6-footers that really helped anchor our show. There was a lot of people that asked about this piece. It's actually, I believe, the only piece that she had for sale. But at the same time, you know, I think in a lot of ways I kind of like the fact that it didn't sell. I'm hoping to put it somewhere else sometime soon. These 2 pieces in the glass and on canvas are Nicola Pottinger, who studied at Cooper Union. She has a very kind of dreamlike aesthetic to her work. It's a lot of stuff, very surreal, very detailed. These are ink and paint, I believe, on canvas. She's obviously very consumed in her work and doesn't really just kind of slap up a few pieces of a few slabs of paint up on a canvas. She's obviously extremely detailed and pays lots of mind to her work, and the fruits of her labor are super amazing. We put another one of hers up behind everybody, so it was kind of interesting because you could take a look at certain pieces up on the wall and then turn around and there's more stuff on the ceiling. That's also Nicola Pottinger. On this side, we have a couple pieces that are facing one another from an artist named Sarah Valerie. She lives in Brooklyn as well, another super talented young lady. She was recently in the Jacobetti Paul Gallery in Dumbo, where she showcased with a bunch of other artists. She has amazing work, very surreal, very in-depth, and full of symbolism kind of pieces. This one had a lot of people's attention as well. This one's called Sonic Youth in Review, which was fun to go pick up when I got to see it in person. It doesn't do it justice when you see it online. These 2 very colorful pieces right here are done from a good friend of ours named Janie Rios. Janie's super talented, and she's also an amazing mother of 2, and we asked as a favor to borrow a few of her private collection pieces. We had to put these things up because we just thought they were awesome. These 3, the yellow flower in the center and the 2 above, are done from a Lower East Side artist named Kim Joyce, good friend of David Diaz. She's just another one who just she wants to make sure to just kind of paint and express herself, and it just so happens that she's also really talented. These three are all part of a series called Dream Sequence 1, 2, and 3 from a Bronx artist named Joe Rondinone. The three pieces are obviously very much steeped in dreamlike aesthetic, and the dynamic between his light and dark, I think resonated with a lot of people. There were a lot of people asking about his work. If you notice the big hand in his last one down here, there was a lot of references to the Foo Fighter video of Everlong, which oddly, the big hand comes up in a lot of people's dreams. I'm not 100% sure what it means, but it does come up a lot, and there was a lot of interest in specifically these pieces. To the left, we have another amazing uptown artist named Jacob Hostetter, who works a lot on mixed media and wood. The top one is canvas, these bottom two are wood, but I immediately fell in love with his work. He has this very gritty, raw, urban aesthetic to his work, but it's still very much fine art. It's well put together, it's super focused, and you can tell it's his work. It stands on its own, I think, as just strong art without having to explain too much. And I think there's a lot of hidden messages in some of what he puts together. Obviously, the dictionaries and newspaper print are a big part of what he does. On the other side of the wall, this was done live by our good friend Roberto Enamorado. He specifically didn't want to do just a portrait piece or anything very specific, and I think to this day I still didn't get a chance to really ask him the purpose of why he wanted to do this, but it was just interesting for the sake of having someone doing art live and having people watch. And that was really the point to wanting to have a live artist going on, because I think it's not often that you get to be part of what an artist does in their studio. You always see the end product, but you never see the fruits of their, like the labor that gets involved before you get that fruits of their labor. This piece up here is done by a good friend of ours named Daniel Marquez, aka Dread. He did it kind of last minute at our request. Obviously very much focused in the graffiti era. He's from Brooklyn. He loves Brooklyn, and he makes sure to always represent Brooklyn. The next artist over here to the left of our exit sign, the top one is Kim Joyce, who's on the opposite side of the wall. The bottom one is Aaron Valentine, who is a super talented artist. He was recently in the Soapstone Gallery for the Styles Upon Styles showcase. Sold a couple pieces. That top one up there is also Aaron Valentine. It's called The Soldier. It's on wood. I actually am dying to own that piece, so if Aaron ever gets a chance to see this, I want it. Beneath him is Mike Denicola, who did some of the other graphic art on the left side, and beneath him is Miguel Moranta, who's actually a tattoo artist living uptown. He has his own tattoo shop on Sherman Avenue in Manhattan, so you can check it out. Liquid Skin Tattoos. So for those people who know the area, go and see his work. That's actually an old piece, but we asked him to put something up, and we wanted to really try and showcase a bunch of different styles, so he gave us something different. It's actually our only direct drawing on like regular paper. So, and the last piece we had was, well, the last two pieces we had are his brother, Eddie Moranta, who does a lot of very weird, surrealist, full-on color kind of pieces. They're all relatively small, but he's also another super talented guy who just does art, loves it, has a passion for it, and that's what that's all about. And then our last piece, which fit perfectly. It almost feels like the DJ booth was framed for this. Is also Kana Tagashi, another one of the 6 Foot series. The moment I saw it, I immediately realized I needed to have it in the show. It's just, there's a rawness and such an energy to the brush strokes in it, and there's meaning there that I think everybody else gets differently from what I'm getting. So I'd rather almost not say what I'm thinking, because I think oddly violent images, but in a very beautifully manifested way. But that's just the way I see it. So yeah, that's basically the gallery. Hopefully you guys will be coming out to the August 7th show, and that's basically it. So Factory B. See you guys later.